I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Friday, April 24th. Today, standing firm.
It's disappointing that this is a choice the mayor's decided to go.
How embattled Transcona Councillor Russ Wyatt is reacting to a motion to oust him from multiple committees. Also today, concerning behavior. Why a Winnipeg man accused of making death threats to the Prime Minister is now facing even more charges. Plus, moose rescue.
I couldn't go to sleep at night thinking that moose is out there and it needs somebody.
How a man launched a daring plan to save a moose trapped in the ice. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Russ Wyatt is digging in his heels tonight after the mayor and his inner circle voted to boot the Transcona councillor from city committees and boards as he faces serious sexual assault charges. With more on what unfolded today at City Hall is CTV's John Hendricks. So, John, how is Wyatt responding to this move?
He's frustrated, Marilee. While Wyatt says he understands the concerns that his colleagues may have after he was arrested and charged last month for drugging and sexually assaulting a man, he believes that he's owed his day in court before any actions against him are taken. He spoke with CTV's Jeff Keel today during a break in the East Kildonan Community Committee meeting, and here's what he had to say.
Again, I want to reiterate, I'm innocent. It's before the court, so I can't comment on it. But it's disappointing that this is a choice the mayor's decided to go. I'm going to still continue to serve my constituents, as I always have, as you can see at the community committee here today. And we'll deal with it next week, which I'll be voting against it.
The councillor previously ignored calls to step away from his City Hall duties while he deals with the charges. In fact, the day after the matter became public, he walked into City Hall for a monthly council meeting. When asked why he was there, he said he was going to my council meeting and directed questions to his lawyer. Now, earlier this week, the Executive Policy Committee endorsed a motion from Mayor Scott Gillingham to remove Wyatt from the Property and Development Committee and 4 other committees and boards that he's on. The mayor and other members of EPC said residents have raised concerns regarding his attendance. In some cases, members of the public sit on these boards. Now, Wyatt said it's a fair question, but he noted the idea that you're presumed innocent applies whether you're a public or private citizen. City Council has limited ability to stop Wyatt from carrying on with his council duties as he fights these charges. In fact, he will be allowed to vote on this motion, and as you just heard, he plans to vote against it, Marilee.
Yeah, we did hear that. All right, John, when is this vote set to happen?
Thursday. The full City Council needs to approve this motion before any action can be taken, and the first opportunity for that to happen is Thursday. Now, coming up at 6, CTV's Jeff Keel will look into just how rare a move this is for a council to take. That's coming up in the next hour. All
right, looking forward to it. Thanks, John. A woman killed at her Winnipeg condo complex Tuesday was in the process of obtaining a court-ordered protection against the man now charged with her murder. Police have now identified the 80-year-old victim as Gladys Bellamy. Officers were called to the Legend condos in St. Vital Tuesday. CTV News has learned the day before she appeared in a Winnipeg courtroom to ask for a peace bond against 74-year-old Jose Rolino, who's now charged with second-degree murder. According to an audio recording from Monday's hearing, the two were neighbors for several years and lived on the same floor. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we will have much more details on that hearing that took place and tell you more about how the judge responded. The Winnipeg man accused of making death threats towards the Prime Minister is facing more charges tonight. The 55-year-old was arrested in February and charged with 3 counts of uttering death threats. Federal RCMP announced 3 additional charges today: advocating genocide, willful promotion of hatred, and an additional charge of threatening the Prime Minister with death. The investigation started back in January after a social media user allegedly posted threats towards Mark Carney and incendiary messages about Jewish and Muslim communities. He remains in custody. It isn't over yet, but people in Peguis are breathing a bit of a sigh of relief tonight. It appears the Fisher River has crested and water levels are actually starting to recede. Officials from the First Nations say the water appears to have moved about 3 feet back from where it was just yesterday. Chief Stan Bird is praising the community's hard work and preventative measures. Still, he says the community must remain vigilant and keep watching the river.
The water is still flowing quite strong. It's still high. We're not through the danger yet. We still have to remain diligent and make sure that we protect our homes still, and that we that in case something else changes, because in the years past we've seen the water crest go up and down over a few period of days.
That's Doug Thomas, the Director of Communications for Peguis. He says in 2022, the river crested 3 times. Plus, there's always danger of rain. And given that, there are still homes surrounded by water. He believes it's too early to say they're in the clear just yet. Duty called earlier this week when a moose became trapped in the ice in Nopaming Provincial Park. And thankfully, a man nearby was ready to help.
And I guess I know I'm going to do it, because I couldn't go to sleep at night thinking that moose is out there and it needs somebody, and I'm in my house, and you know, how do you sleep at night if you don't try, right?
That's Russ Popp. He phoned conservation officers to tell them about the moose stuck in the ice on Bird River before he went out to see if he could pull off this rescue himself. 3 officers did respond, and together they tried to hack apart the ice between the animal and the shore, but after realizing just how long this was taking and seeing that the moose was visibly getting tired, they decided to switch up their tactics. This time they put a rope around the animal's waist and all together tried to hoist it on top of the ice.
And finally he got up on that ice, laid his ears back just to let us know, you better not get close to me. And then he ran off into the bush and we were home free.
Pop says the moose population in the area has been having a hard time between wolf attacks, disease, ticks, and then last year's punishing wildfire. He's glad he was able to do his part to help this moose out. If you would like to read more about this rescue, we have a story up on our website. Just head to ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. You know, Colleen, I was running some errands on the way into work today, and I saw a lady at the store, and she said, "Only good news tonight." That's the story. You want more of that? Go to our website and read that story. It's such a great story. Yeah. I'm so glad they were able to help, and that was quite the effort to get that moose out of there. So
what a remarkable rescue.
Good job for everyone.
To everyone involved, and great to see that moose get up and go back to where it belongs, out in the wilderness and in nature. Yeah. As for good news on the weather front, Marilee, that's why I laughed a little bit. Well, look, we had a great week. We had a great run, 3 days in a row of very mild temperatures. In fact, unseasonably warm. You might have noticed out there today, not quite so warm, a little bit below normal, and that sort of will be what we can expect this weekend here in the south. As for our friends in the north, there is still a blizzard warning that remains in effect for some regions. The freezing rain warning has ended, and so has the winter storm warning. That has ended as well. The storm system, though, has not. I'll show you how much longer that will last, and I'll look ahead to your weekend forecast. Let's take a look right now through the CTV Live Eye. It's brought to you by Bathfit, our exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. In Winnipeg right now, it's 10 degrees. It's windy. Winds out of the southwest at 40, gusting to 52. The pressure is rising, and the humidity is 34%. In traffic on this Friday afternoon, busy, but looks like things are, peak of the rush hour stuff out on Keniston at Sterling Line Parkway. No stalls or crashes to pass along.
This expansion project will add 70,000 square feet to our footprint.
A multi-million-dollar investment. How much cash Ottawa is spending between 3 Winnipeg-based defense suppliers. The federal government has approved Enbridge's plan to expand a natural gas pipeline in BC. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
The Sunrise project will expand the capacity of the West Coast pipeline system by 17%. That's about 300 million cubic feet more a day. The build-out expected to add about $3 billion to the Canadian economy and aligns with Ottawa's push to make Canada an energy superpower. Construction expected to begin in the summer. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 73.18. West Texas Intermediate is down 94 cents to 94.91. Western Canadian Select up $1.80 to 74.85. And the TSX lost 8 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
3 Winnipeg companies are flying high with a multi-million-dollar investment from the federal government.
These investments support not only military readiness, but also Canada's ability to respond to domestic emergencies.
The Regional Defense Investment Initiative will split $19.5 million between 3 Winnipeg-based defense suppliers. Windshield Devices will receive $3.5 million for a manufacturing facility for personal protection equipment and military and civilian applications. Standard Aero will receive $8 million for the expansion of its campus. Another $8 million will go to Magellan Aerospace to establish an advanced machining center.
This expansion project will add 70,000 square feet to our footprint.
It's about advancing technologies, right? So we're going to be improving our current processes. It's going to enable us to do the products that we currently have more efficiently.
The 3 projects are expected to create more than 150 jobs and support more than 10 small and medium-sized businesses in Manitoba. Following closely in the path of Artemis II, crew member Jeremy Hansen, another Canadian astronaut is set to mark his first space flight. Joshua Kutrick is heading to the International Space Station later this year, joining NASA's SpaceX Crew 13. The 44-year-old from Alberta will live and work on board the ISS for about 6 months and become the first Canadian to be part of NASA's Commercial Crew program. Well, if you've been searching for a new read, you will have a lot of options this weekend at St. Vital Centre. The 66th annual Children's Hospital Book Market launched today. The volunteer-run event offers shoppers thousands of used books to sort through. It's all for a good cause. Proceeds from this event go towards the Children's Hospital Foundation of Manitoba. And when it comes to genres, well, they've got you covered with books from more than 80 different ones, including children's books, graphic novels, mysteries, and true crime.
People love to come here because we have a broad, wide, vast selection of books at amazing prices. We can't be beat.
To date, the book market has raised more than $10 million for the Children's Hospital Foundation. It runs right through to Sunday. The countdown to Folklorama is on. Find out which new pavilions have been added to the lineup after the break. Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and get ready to rev up your engines.
That's right, Marilee. The 25th anniversary of Rodorama kicked off today. Presented by the Manitoba Street Rod Association, it's a family-friendly car show featuring hot rods, classic and muscle cars, of course. It's all for a good cause, too. Funds raised from the show will go toward purchasing bicycles for disadvantaged children. The event is also promoting car hobbyists in the province, and there is something for all car connoisseurs.
Everything from antique cars, we have Packards, we have Camaros, we have trucks, we have every kind of classic car. With this one here behind us is a 32 or 31 Ford, I should say. And then we have the antique school bus.
They look good.
Wow, imagine riding to school on that.
Yeah, what a sweet ride. Yeah, no kidding. You can catch all of the action over at Red River Exhibition Park. The event runs all weekend long with guests on Saturday encouraged to wear 50s and 60s retro wear. Admission can be purchased at the gate. Sounds
I love
fun.
A costume theme.
That's right. Me too. Here's some other events, because there's a lot going on as per usual in Manitoba over the weekend. The Winnipeg Comedy Festival continues at venues across the city. McCreary hosts its annual Manitoba Maple Syrup Festival. The Assiniboine Park and Zoo and Fort White Alive have activities in celebration of Earth Day. Stargazers are invited to discover the universe on International Astronomy Day at Assiniboine Park. Dolnavert asks if there's a spirit with us as it explores the spiritualist movement. A popular African story inspires a theatrical tale at the Franco-Manitoban Cultural Centre. And William Prince brings his Further from the Country tour to Centennial Concert Hall. You can find a full list of events this weekend. If that wasn't enough, it's on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
All right, and when you get done with all that stuff,
yes,
get ready because the countdown is on. We are now just 100 days away from the return of our city's largest ethnocultural festival.
And this year, Folklorama is introducing 2 new pavilions. Joining the lineup this year, the Salvadorian Pavilion and the Heart of Romania Pavilion. Returning this year after a brief hiatus are the First Nations, Mexican and Chilean pavilions. As usual, you can look forward to all the exciting performances and delicious food from around the globe. The late-night dance parties are back, of course, at several pavilions, including the African, Brazilian, and Caribbean pavilions, just to name a few. More details about showtimes and features are coming soon. Tickets go on sale June 8th.
Well, before FIFA 2026, we are getting a chance to look back at FIFA 86.
Yes, Diego Luna stars in the upcoming movie Mexico 86.
1986 se jugó el mejor mundial en la historia de los mundiales, en México.
It focuses on the country's bid as well as the iconic tournament itself, which saw Argentina take on West Germany in the final. It starts streaming June 5th, 1 week before Canada welcomes the World Cup in Toronto.
Perfect way to get ready for it.
You've got it.
Stream that. All right, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your primetime lineup kicks off tonight with 2 episodes of Happy's Place starting at 7. W5 Avery Haynes Investigates comes next at 8. Then catch Boston Blue at 9. It is all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
A live look at Portage Avenue just west of Polo Park. Traffic moving well there as folks make their way home into St. James. Lesser traffic moving inbound. No crashes or stalls at the moment. 10 degrees, windy out there. I'll have your full weekend forecast and more on that blizzard that continues to rage across northern Manitoba.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
Canada's largest ever lottery draw has been claimed by 2 longtime friends from London, Ontario. $80 million! Greg and Chris, whose last names were not released, won the $80 million Lotto Max jackpot last December. The 2 men, who moved here from Europe decades ago, met at an English class and have been friends ever since.
I never saw the money for my life. When I came to Canada, I worked in the factory almost 28 years. Thank you, Greg.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're the best, my friend.
The men say they worked hard building a life in Canada. Now they want to see the world and secure a financial future for their families.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
80 million, even if you got to split that, still lots of money to go around.
Lots of traveling they'll be able to do, that's for sure.
You bet. All right, what's in store for us? What can we do this weekend weather-wise?
Well, if you are in parts of northern Manitoba, travel is definitely not recommended because a blizzard continues in some areas, but not blizzard conditions, I'd say, in the southwest, but take a look at what's picking up on the radar. Pretty active, scattered mixed precipitation. You can see there's showers there, but predominantly that looks like flurries or light snow just sort of scattered through all those communities there. That shouldn't last too long. Swinging out the other way into northwestern Ontario, a little bit of precipitation perhaps picking up there, but clear though around Dryden. That's going to change as those clouds and that little bit of shower activity by the looks of it moves in. Speaking of northwestern Ontario, in Kenora, it is 8 degrees, and after 3 days of unseasonably warm weather across certainly the southeast. Not quite as warm today. 10 right now in Winnipeg, 10 Morden and Winkler, Brandon 4 degrees, in Dauphin it's 3 right now. In the north, -4 in Lynn Lake, still under a blizzard warning there. Thompson, it's 1 degree. No warnings in effect there after some very complicated weather conditions over the last 24 hours. And up in Churchill, -4. Now, Churchill is not under the blizzard warning. It was never under any of the warnings associated with the system. Doesn't mean there won't be snow or strong winds, but not enough to trigger a blizzard warning. But Lynn Lake, Brochet, Dooley Lake, Gillam, and Shamattawa still under that blizzard warning. Now, Environment and Climate Change Canada expect the outright blizzard conditions to ease up this evening, but this snow across the north associated with this system, well, it's just going to continue falling really all throughout the weekend, although it will lighten up as we go throughout the next several hours and throughout the course of the weekend. But you can see what I mean, even it pushes further to the north. Oh, but wait, some of this will wrap back around, as you'll see right there by Saturday morning. Another band of snow moving into west central areas. Meanwhile, down here in the south, actually fairly clear, a few clouds here and there, but as we get in the latter part of the afternoon, we might see some showers just on the leading edge of this band of precipitation. That swings through. As we get into Saturday night, fairly clear. We've got that band of snow that's pretty intense relative to what's further north. That's pushing through just, I'd say, just north of central Manitoba into more southern parts of the north. But this is what I mean. It just doesn't want to get on out of here. It won't be until Monday before that low finally moves out over Hudson Bay that snow should finally come to an end. Meanwhile, you can see clear in the south on Sunday during the day, but the expectation is that it'll be a soggy end to the weekend here in Winnipeg and parts of the south on Sunday into Monday. Speaking of which, there is the outside chance of showers in Winnipeg late tonight or overnight. Otherwise cloudy. We drop down to around 1 degree. Light winds out of the south at 15 kilometers an hour, but those southwest winds will strengthen on Saturday. A mix of sun and cloud up to 8 degrees. It could lean a little on the cloudier side in the afternoon. And I know we have at least one co-worker who's ready to hit the links this weekend, so he'll want to pay attention to that, those winds. But hey, chomping at the bit, no doubt, to get out on the golf course. 12 in the sunshine on Sunday. As I mentioned, rain quite likely to move in Sunday night and continue on Monday, a high of just 6 that day. A mix of sun and cloud through the midweek. Temperatures around 8-10 degrees for daytime highs, but those overnight lows still dropping just below freezing. Let's take a look at our weather photos, shall we? And the beautiful sky. This was yesterday evening, I believe, over Winnipeg Beach. Great shot there. That photo is from Jody. Of course, we had that trough of low pressure that produced some pretty magnificent clouds in these images, like this one from Julia out in Killarney. Send us your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Great photo. The Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington, D.C. marked Earth Day by unveiling a new and adorable addition. This baby elephant was born on February 2nd, and now she is soaking up all the attention on her public debut. Look at this. She stayed behind the scenes for the first several weeks of her life so she could bond with her herd mates. But she's all about showing off to the public now.
Good for her.
Very, very cute.
Yes.
All right, maybe a zoo trip in your future this weekend.
I think we've talked about this earlier this week.
Yeah,
to get to the zoo.
She's a star.
Absolutely.
All right, we're back at 6 with more local news. Hope to see you then.